Welcome to the New School of Marketing podcast, the place for smart, simple strategies that will amplify your business results. Sharing practical tips, insider knowledge, and actionable advice because marketing is something that every business owner can do. Now, let's get started. Introducing your host, Bianca McKenzie, mum, lover of snow sports, camping, horse riding, and in-demand launch strategist and Facebook advertising knowledge bank.
Hello and welcome to the New School of Marketing podcast. How are you all doing? I hope you're ready for June, which is the last month of the financial year here in Australia. And it has honestly gone so fast this year. Like we're almost 6 months in. It's insane. Well, with the end of the financial year looming, it's time to clear some stock, I reckon, and make space for new products, right? If you want some ideas on what to do to sell some of that current stock, listen back to episode 83, where I give you marketing ideas for the end of the financial year. Anyway, in this episode, I want to talk to you about one of my favorite things, list building. But in particular, how to grow your email list as an e-commerce store. If you haven't tuned into one of my previous episodes about list building and why it's my absolute favorite topic, let me fill you in. List building is the intentional activity of getting your audience to join your email marketing list, or also called your database. There's a number of names for them. Whatever you call it, it is a list of people that have put in their email address that you can then get in touch with. And the reasons we need to build our lists are that, one, you're not putting your valuable eggs in one basket or relying on what I call rented land. And two, your email list is the most lucrative marketing investment you'll ever come across. Even though I'm a Facebook ads manager and talk about advertising a lot of it is focused around list building and getting people to join your email marketing list because it's the most reliable investment. You're in charge and not relying on social media algorithms or having your account shut down. Your email list is yours, and an even better point of it is that email has the biggest return on investment out of all the marketing tactics. If you want to hear more about list building, I have loads of episodes and blog posts about this topic, and I can put them in the show notes. I recently recorded episode 81, in which I talk about list building still being the most popular ad objective, and there's heaps more posts and podcast episodes that I will list in the show notes. For e-commerce, though, it has always been a tricky topic, even though you probably know some of the tricks already. Plenty of online stores get people to sign up to their email list, most often by offering them a discount on their first order, which is really awesome. Like, it's a really awesome way to get someone to join your list. And if you then play it well and they order from you, they are either going to be a long-term customer or a one-off. I don't really want to go into how to wow your customers, but that's basically what it comes down to. There are other options to build your list too, especially if you don't want to discount your products and position yourself as an exclusive store. And I've worked with clients who never offer discounts. Instead, they attract people to their list by offering exclusive promotions or the option to purchase first. And this works really well with limited editions or limited stock, as waiting means that you'll miss out. And not being on the email list also means that you might miss out. So there are plenty of ways to organically grow your email list, but here's where it gets tricky. It's not that sexy to advertise for list building when you're an e-commerce store. So course creators and service providers often advertise to build their lists, and you've probably come across one of the various lead magnets like PDF guides, checklists, webinars, challenges, quizzes. In fact, you might even be here because of one of my lead magnets that you've downloaded. But what do you do for e-com? Advertising for a discount isn't that sexy, and you're most likely not going to attract that many signups or possibly the wrong type of clients. And that's why I love brainstorming ideas with my students. And your lead magnet, and that's what we call the freebie that you advertise, will be very different from anyone else's. So we already mentioned a percentage discount on a first order or exclusive access to promotions or limited editions of stock, but there are other options to actually attract leads. And it comes down to thinking about your product and what your ideal client might want or need. And it could be something complementary or something that helps them with your product. So here's an example of one of my students that we recently brainstormed. My students sell beautiful stationery, and I mean absolutely beautiful. Like, it's really amazing. And during one of our group calls, we were talking about list building, and we literally started rambling off ideas about what type of freebie would be great to list build with. Now, like I said, it comes down to your ideal client, but this was my thought. For them to create a beautiful PDF with all of the dates that could, and some should, require a card. So like actual physical card that you get in the mail. And this business already shares ideas on what to write in specific cards. For example, they recently shared tips on what to write in a Mother's Day card, because some people really struggle with writing like a really heartfelt message. So this could be included inside the PDF with all of the dates. So then you have a PDF with dates and prompts on what to write for each of these dates. And they could even go one step further and create a way to share all of these dates to people's calendars. So there are ways to share dates to a Gmail calendar. And I'm never one to say no to things that make my life easier. So we literally just kept coming up with ideas, and what about this? And what about this? And it doesn't mean that all of them are good or, you should do them. But it was really a fun way to think about how can we list build without offering a percentage discount. So yeah, basically their list building freebie could be this gorgeously designed PDF with dates, prompts, and people could have it added to their calendar. And this way, the way that the business can then leverage this is by offering packages with cards, like the stationery, for each of the dates, or perhaps a recurring subscription each quarter where they send a selection of the cards that people can post out for the dates mentioned on the freebie. Really, the possibilities are endless, really. So even though you have an e-commerce store, doesn't mean that you're stuck with discounts or exclusive offers to your subscribers. There are other ways to build your list. And it's tricky to give you ideas right here because it's so personal to each business and their audience. And that's why I shared an example of how we went through the brainstorming. It was like, how about a list of dates so people are organized? Because, they're usually on the calendar. They're usually in a diary, but how about like a physical list of all of these dates and then prompts of what you could write in each of those cards? Like, that would be super helpful to me. And then we're like, what about adding it to a calendar? So yeah, it's all that brainstorming. So it's really tricky to give you ideas right now because it's so personal. So I suggest that you put your thinking cap on and brainstorm ideas for freebies, or get on a call with some of your clients and ask what would help them. They would be like a gold mine of ideas, really, as well. Inside my group program, we often brainstorm marketing ideas, strategies, and ways to grow your business. So if you are looking for a group of like-minded people who are also here to grow their e-commerce store, get in touch with me. I'll put the link to the program and how to get in touch with me in the show notes, because business is no solitary journey, is it? We all sometimes need a little bit of help to brainstorm. All right, well, that was it for this week. Thank you so much for joining me on this episode, and I hope it was helpful, and I can't wait to share more marketing tips with you next week. And I'm really looking forward to hearing from you what you've created as your lead magnet. All right, if you are ready to take your business to the next level with Facebook and Instagram advertising, make sure you visit newschoolofmarketing.com to download practical free resources, plus subscribe to the podcast and never miss an episode. I can't wait to go on this journey with you. Until next time, take care and market your business every day.